you could potentially have a business that has no real want. People don't want it. If that's the case, you can try all these different things and you're not going to make it no matter what, because people don't want the product. But when you have a brand like her brand that has already been proven to be successful and people are buying it like crazy, millions of dollars a year buying her products, then we know there's something that we got to do because people are already buying it. You see what I mean? We just got to fix it because at some point, and I'm making this content for everybody, right? 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, which is an account manager at AGM, he's a great marketer. He asked me a really good question. There's an account that is investing $5,000 in advertising and he's only getting $8,000 in return, correct?
Correct.
In sales. But you got to include the fact that they're paying us a few $1,000s a month to do our services.
Right.
You got to include the fact that they're spending money on their products, right? Shipping and customer service and their own staff and all those things. So $5,000 investment, $8,000 in sales is not a smart business decision. It's not. You can try to keep on doing that as much as possible, but at some point, any smart business person will say, I'm going to pull the plug. Unless, here's one scenario, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, and this is important to keep in mind. There is something in the world of the e-commerce that is very important to take into account, and that's called lifetime value, LTV. So if you're spending $5,000 to bring in $8,000 in sales, but you're doing an incredible job in the back end, text messages, emails, nurture, all that stuff, then you might be profitable. So that's something that needs to be taken into account. So you gotta also evaluate that point. So for example, Natural Slim, we just had a meeting about this right now. We invest $30 to get one customer to buy $87 for the first time ever. This is the first time they ever purchased something from us. $30 gave us $87. That's not really that profitable. Why? That $87 product is going to cost our company somewhere around $30, right? Give or take. Cost of operation, staffing, etc. $30, $35. Cost of advertising is $30. Now you're like almost like, either you are breaking even or you're profiting very little. So it doesn't make business sense, right? But when you look at the lifetime of that person that paid $87 for that one product for Natural Slim is worth $140 over the next 6 months. How is that possible? Because now they're on our world. Emails, text messages, a lot of communication, desktop notifications. We blast all over the place and we give them a lot of value, a lot of communication, and we introduce them to our world. Our world is not one product. Our world is 27 products and a whole service that we can actually do with these products. So we introduce them to all of them really well. So that $30 cost of advertising that gave us $87 right now, it's a total of $140 in total sales over 6 months. So now that makes sense, right? 30 to 140, scale that all day long. So it really does depend. If your customer, if your client that you're managing here at AGM has a business where they don't buy other stuff and it's just one product, one purchase, off you go, $5,000 spent, $8,000 in sales, it's not going to make it. So you got to create. Now, if it is something that you keep on building and you can tell me, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, yeah, that person is going to end up buying a lot more from that company. They value that. They understand the lifetime value. So even if it's 5,000 to 8,000, they're willing to keep on doing it because they understand that those people are going to keep on buying stuff from them and they value that. If that's not the case, I don't think it's the case, right? In this scenario?
I don't think, the thing is we can always cross-sell them other products, but I don't think it's the case with this.
Right. We might not be cross-selling deeply enough yet, right? We're not presenting other offers and other products. This particular customer, she wants to try to be profitable on the front end, right? She wants to be able to invest $1 and maybe get $3 or $4 back and put money in her pocket. Right now, she's not doing that. Right now, she's investing $1 and she's putting $1.30 in her pocket, and she's actually getting money out of her pocket because she needs to cover all the costs. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so here are 4 things 4 things that you can do to try to get this thing moving in the right direction again when you are not being profitable on the front end. How to be profitable on the front end with a good quality product, okay? So number 1 is content, okay? So you got to look into the content and you got to make sure that that content is actually able to convert. And the best way that you can find out if you have good content is by reverse engineering. So for example, this particular brand right here is a kitchen brand, correct? They're selling kitchen utensils, right? So what you do is that you look into other brands that are selling similar stuff. One example would be something like 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗪. How do you find out what they're doing? Well, open up a browser, you go to Google, and you type in Facebook ad library. Facebook ad library. Once you go in there, you are going to find that link, the first one, and then it's going to open up this transparency website in which you can find out what everybody else out there is doing in the world of the internet. Facebook and Instagram, specifically here on this particular website. So you're going to search for change ad category to all ads, and you're going to type in 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗪. And now we're going to start studying what other brands are doing, especially brands that you know are doing a good job. They're growing. They have a very powerful business. 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗪 is not the best example because 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗪 is it's a culture thing at this point. They're massive, right? But you can find out what they're doing. You're going to start seeing the ads that they're putting together, and you can look for things that are similar to kitchen, and then you can start to replicate that or try to make it better because this is a brand that's doing it correctly. So you can get inspiration for the copy, for the call to actions, and you can get inspiration for the images. You have a great creative team. All you got to do is put them to work. The direction for the creative team comes from you. If you're not getting good content, it's on you, not on them, because they're going to follow your orders. So you take a few of these links and you say, I need you to create something better than this. This is what I want to do. I want to create a video, which is 15 seconds, that explains why these spoons are better than anybody else's. And you're going to use testimonials, you're going to use reviews, and you're going to direct or whatever you can do to actually get these guys, your creative team, to create good quality content. So if you're not getting results, if you're spending $5,000 and you're getting $8,000 in return and it's not profitable, the first thing that you can do is look at your content, especially because you have a pretty big audience that are people that are buying stuff about kitchen because everybody has a kitchen. Whether you own a house or you rent a house, you have a freaking kitchen, generally. You all need utensils, right? So you have a pretty massive audience that you can target. So targeting on this particular case is junior to actually having better, high quality content. Also, because Facebook has changed so much that targeting is less valuable than it was 2 years ago. So now you got to focus on content is senior. And that's the one thing that everybody needs to understand. Content right now is senior to anything else out there. The quality of your content needs to be better in order for you to get results. Other people are going to do a better job than you, and they're going to overtake you, and you're not going to be able to scale, especially when you have powerhouse brands like 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗪 that people go to every single time. Here's the thing about it. This girl already has a certain positioning on Amazon. She has people buying her stuff left and right. So the theory of her products being wanted has been already proven. So you got to just now go to social media and prove that theory also on the world of e-commerce in general, because in Amazon, people are buying her stuff, all right? So content is the first step. Second step is upsells, all right? You are getting $8,000 in sales out of $5,000 in spend. You can easily get that to $10,000 in sales with the right upsells in place. I'm talking about the right upsells, not just random things. If you take a product that you can sell for $20, what is the average cost of a product?
It's about 20.
Okay.
20,
29, $19, $20, all right? You need to turn that sale into $25, $30 as best as you can. That one offer, because here's the thing. The most valuable moment in a person's entire journey as a customer, in the entire journey, the most valuable moment is when they already opened up their credit cards, they gave you their information, they enter their billing address, and they agree to get charged. There isn't any more valuable moment in an entire customer journey than that one right there. So apps like Shopify, there's apps like Zipify that are connected with Shopify, and every single one of these places like Magento, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, OpenCart, etc., you can integrate plugins. This is more applicable for everybody. Plugins that allow you to upsell things after somebody already gave you their information. They're called post-purchase upsells. You want to be able to actually do that on every single product. Ideally, you already have 2 to 3 offers per product set up. So if somebody buys a $20 product, you need to connect an extra offer. And if they say, no, I don't want this second spoon for $20 for 10% off, here's a kit. You can get all of these for $35 total. If they say no, a third offer. And if they say no, then you say, okay, thank you for your order. It's going to be on your way in the next 24 to 48 hours. Thank you for being a customer of ours. We appreciate you very much. But you give them 3 attempts to at least try to purchase something else from you that you can cross-sell. And here's the thing. This person has an enormous amount of products that you can cross-sell. She has a lot of variations. She has a lot of products. And if somebody's already purchasing a spoon from her or whatever the case may be, that person is going to want to purchase other things if you, as a marketer, do a good job and you present other opportunities to them. A spatula, a spoon, a pan, whatever the case may be, a kit of things, a set of whatever the case you have in that particular place, because they are in your store at that point. You can do whatever you want with that person. So you want to start having a bullet point list and fixing all these things. Get your content improved. Get the upsells going. Next point is follow-up has to be in place. Because if you generate that identity, which means you have a purchase, even though it's not profitable, it's still $8,000 of purchases a month, right? So you're looking at $100,000 a year just from that particular line of clients coming in. The value is going to be in your list. There's an old saying in marketing that says the money's in the list. You got to make sure that you are consistently communicating with these people. So the follow-up has to be 100% on board and pushed aggressively. Text messaging, emails, messenger marketing, whatever you can to actually get these people to keep on buying stuff from you and to staying connected with you along the way, because there's so many kitchen brands in the world, so many of whatever you have going on around the world, that if you don't communicate enough, these people are going to buy stuff from somebody else. So you got to make sure that you have the follow-up in place. The beginning of the customer journey is when they make their first purchase. That's not the end. That's where it really starts, especially for brands like these that have a whole line of kitchen products. So you got to make sure that you put that in place, a follow-up of text messages, of emails, and any communication out there. And the last but not least, final thing that you need to focus on is also making sure that from all that traffic that you're sending, because $8,000 a month in advertising is still a lot of traffic to that website. Most of that website will not convert. If you're a genius, 98% of that traffic will not convert. 2% will convert. 2% conversion rate on your website is an incredible conversion rate from cold traffic. That's different to Amazon. On Amazon, 20%, 40%, 60% converts because people are searching for products. You have a different type of buyer, right? This is somebody that already is looking to solve their problem. So 20% conversion rate on Amazon is normal. 60% could be normal in some cases. Natural Slim has 60, 70% conversion rate because people are looking for our stuff already. They consume our content, they go in there and they say Natural Slim magnesium drink, boom, they find us right away, they buy. If they find us, they're gonna buy our stuff. On the internet, e-commerce in general, 1-2% is normal. So what are you doing with the other 98%? Are you building an audience for these people? Are you retargeting them? Are you creating other content for them to see it so you can bring them back into your store? They already showed enough interest to click on your ads and visit you for the first time. If you are failing and you're not getting them to visit for a second time, for a third time, it's on you also, because they already decided that they wanted to at least explore what your brand is all about. So show them a second video, show them a third piece of content, show them something that is going to make them be more interested in you. Whatever the case may be, go ahead and show them about it. So that's something that you can actually incorporate along the way. All right. Retargeting this 98% of people, 99% of people that don't convert has to be a big part of what you're doing every single day, managing that particular account, because you can also use that audience to create lookalikes. There's many things that you can do with that particular audience. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions for me?
In terms of retargeting, let's say, hypothetically speaking, the top of the funnel, they see the first ad, they go to your page, they don't convert. When you're retargeting them, would you suggest using the same ad or a different one?
Different ad. It's a good question. You will not retarget with the same ad because they already saw that first one. It's almost like you have to put them on that particular journey, right? Like it's, if they see this ad right here, all right, and they visit your website, all right, and they don't convert on the site, okay, you need to make a connection for that third point of contact. First point of contact, second point of contact, they go to your site, they don't convert. Third point of contact. This first point of contact can be a video that promotes what your product is all about. And they're like, oh, that's cool, I like it. And then they go to your site and they like your stuff, but they're like, I'm not gonna buy just yet. You can set up a third automated targeting campaign here in which you promote now some kind of testimonial video, or you can promote now how-to video, or you can give them something called a user-generated content video, which is somebody like you, like me, using that damn spoon or whatever it is on their kitchen and showing them how they're actually using that particular product. That could be your third video. But creatives is going to be that particular variable that's going to determine your success. If you just go ahead and give the first video again and the first video again, it's not going to happen. All right, you're not going to get the results. So you got to get up, like you got to put this on a whiteboard and understand what happens on that first video, what happens when they visit your site. Most people don't convert. Okay, how do you get them again to your site, and what content will you use to get them again on your site? You got to create. You got to ask for more content, man. You got to get it going. You got to consistently ask for more content. That's what's going to determine whether you get success on this or not.